All right, folks, we're live using StreamYard going vertical. So right now we're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And what I wanted to do was show you multicam. I had some people kind of asking about this, and I was curious. And so right now, StreamYard has 5 layouts. I've kind of run through them, so we're gonna show you kinda how they look different with each one. So, this is my Blackmagic, Sony ZV-E10 that you see in the front. I've got 2 other cameras pulled up, so you can kinda maybe also see a difference in quality. This is the, iPhone using camo, and what you're seeing is it's set on a Plexicam. So that's allowing me to hang it on my monitor and allows you to see that. And so then the third one I have is this is the Instantly 360, and it's on a tripod, and I didn't wanna put it on the ability for it to move around because that can, not always work right, but you can also see there's a difference in the video quality. Now I'm streaming at 720, and so that's what you're seeing. And, yes, hello, Brittany, great to see you over there on Instagram. It'll be interesting to see how these things pop up. So, going back to my main camera here, and so as far as comments in StreamYard, I'm seeing, "Thank you, Jeffrey Fitzgerald, great to see you, see your comment." Let's share your comment to screen, let's see how that goes. So that comes in up top on the vertical. So that's interesting. Uh, I'm seeing the comments in Instagram on the desktop. Let's see what it looks like over in Instagram on the app itself. If it'll, let's see how we watch that. I got a notification over there that I'm live, and let's see here. Well, not gonna worry about that right now. But I am seeing Ryan and Brittany over in Instagram, and I'm seeing Jeff on LinkedIn. So here is I'm gonna take one of the cameras out momentarily. So this is your side-by-side view that StreamYard gives you right now. So this is a two-person layout. If you want, you can drag them and flip positions of your cameras literally using your mouse. So I'm gonna go back to this look. If we add the third person, you'll see they go underneath. So kind of an interesting look. Gotta remember that people are now looking at this on a phone. If you're watching on a phone, I'd be curious to see what you think. How does that look from a perspective? Are we too small? At least nobody's cut off. That was a problem uh, previously when you're trying to go landscape into Instagram from a program like StreamYard. And then we've also got a look where if we want to bring in a screen layout, which I'm going to do in a little bit, you'll see there may be some challenges there. Now you can upload video files, so you're probably going to want those to be vertical if you're going to share them, so that you can do that. We can't do the screen share, and I'm going to share a tab from Chrome. I've got a great video that my friend Chris Stone just did showing you how you can actually take photos in Ecamm while you're streaming and use your Stream Deck to actually trigger the photos. It's a great way to get thumbnails. I think that's kind of wild. So I'm going to go back to this solo look. And, Steve, good to see you. So maybe you wanna create a vertical, podcast because with StreamYard or with Ecamm for that matter, you're going to be able to record and have that audio file as well. So is this something that you might do on YouTube is create a vertical podcast instead of the landscape podcast? Just things that I debate at night when I'm not watching sports. So let me show you, I'm gonna take out a couple of these other cameras, and so we're going to do a share of a YouTube video from Chris Stone so you can, kinda see how it looks and what that does here.
Was to try to get better photos of myself solo
So, let me
while I'm
know if
doing
you're hearing his
thumbnails and
audio, 'cause
graphics
I'm
and art
hearing it.
and
I
such. I
shared
have
the
all these
audio.
cameras that I use for video, but getting a shot that it doesn't look like I'm doing a selfie and getting those photos and then pulling them into software and getting the background removed and pulling them into thumbnails and doing all of that kind of stuff was pretty much a cumbersome process. But I watched a video that was by a creator who's fantastic and you should follow as well. And her name is Mary Lou Mandel. And she was talking about this great new function in one of my favorite pieces of software, which is called Ecamm Live. And this function is called Take Photo. So while you're doing your video or whatever, you can do a hotkey and it will take a still shot of whatever you're doing within Ecamm. And she went through and did this whole demonstration. I thought it was fantastic. But one thing I noticed is that when you do a hotkey, you have to use two hands on a keyboard sometimes.
So, as you can see, the video is really small considering that this is a vertical format. You know, you're not at this point able to go full screen. You know, I almost think you would have to come up with a new format. So, anyway, I think this has promise, potential, because now I can create vertical videos from my desktop, don't have to always have the phone and wonder how am I gonna get this out to my different places, and I was able to go live on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you got questions about how to do this, reach out to me on any of the tubes, and I'll be happy to help you get started with this. Thanks.